Tasyam Sudesh Ushatim Navakanjamalham Madhyan Madhu Vratavaruta Girupa Ghushtam Tastau Nidhaya Nikate Tad Uraswadhama Savrida Hasa Vikasan Nayanena Yata. Approaching the Supreme Personality Godhead, the Goddess of Fortune placed upon his shoulder the garland of newly grown lotus flowers which were surrounded by humming bumblebees searching for honey. Thus, expecting to get a place on the bosom of the Lord, she remained standing by his side, her face smiling in shyness. So yesterday we were discussing this point. Only Krishna. Nothing else will work. Only Krishna. We eat, easiest thing is, we eat only Krishna Prasadam. That is one of the principles we make determination. Whatever I eat only Krishna Prasad. Isn't it? That's a good spiritual advancement. There is one very nice shloka. Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Sudhida Nishaya Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kritahaya. That this is a very big step in spiritual life. If we understand this, that if I just satisfy Krishna, only Krishna, my life will be successful. In this world, we are trying to satisfy so many people. But if I try to satisfy Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, yeah. So in this world, we are trying to satisfy so many people. If I try to satisfy only Krishna, my life is successful. So how do we do that? Therefore, satisfaction of Krishna, if you want to do, we should only hear Krishna Nama and Krishna Katha. And this is one of the very big advancement. When person, I said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always very peaceful because he never heard Grama Katha. If you do not hear Grama Katha, your mind becomes very peaceful. When you hear Grama Katha, why election mein kaun jeetega, ab disturb. Dvand. Prabhupada ji bolte the hamesha, te dvandamo nirmuktam bhajante maam dhida vrataha. There was once what happened, devotees are preaching in a campus, and in the campus, two student bodies started fighting with each other. There was some politics. So the devotees asked, can we take side of any party? Prabhupada said, why we should take side? If it comes to meat eating, both of them are interested. So how can you take side of such jokers? They're all sinful people. We take side of Krishna, but we are not interested to take side of the mundane politics. All are jokers, all full of sinful activities. What do we gain by taking their side? Okay? So we only focus on Krishna. In that way, there was one devotee who said, and the devotee said that Krishna, he had darshan of the Lord. He said, I want a child like you. Krishna had to appear in this world. Okay? There is nothing like Krishna. Okay? There is nothing like Krishna. Okay? See, Sridhara, that actually it's intelligence. The knobs are there. They have it's itself the delay is there. But you don't touch the volume. So, in this way, the devotee desires only shelter of Krishna. There is the very famous instance of Gajendra. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So, there is a very famous instance of Gajendra. What happens is that Gajendra is caught by a crocodile. And then Gajendra offers prayers. All around Devatas were there. But his prayer was not for the Devatas, because the instance happened in Devaloka. Beautiful, the garden of the heaven is described, where Gajendra was caught by the crocodile. But the prayer of Gajendra was only meant for the Supreme Lord Krishna. His prayer was not meant for the Devatas. In fact, very interestingly, Prabhupada says when the Lord appeared finally, Prabhupada says the Devatas felt a little ashamed because they had felt a bit offended because he ignored them. They were around, he could ask, can you help me? He did not. He was just praying to the Supreme Lord. So when the Lord appeared, Devata ran also and came to worship the Lord to clear their offense, because they knew some offense they have done. They should not have felt offended because he was worshipping the Supreme Lord. But slight ego is there. And all the Devatas lined up to worship the Lord, and the Lord did his job. So there are some lessons from this. And one of the lessons Prabhupada says is that Gajendra worshipped only Krishna. Now what lesson for us? We are also caught by a crocodile of the world. Some problem we are also caught. And what is the crocodile? Maya. Kama, Krodha are holding us. Even though you chant very nicely, for some moment you come out of the jaws of Kama, Krodha, again it swallows you. To get liberated from that forever is not going to be easy. It's a struggle. But the point is, we are also caught by Gajendra. By the crocodile. Like Gajendra is caught by crocodile, Maya is also like the crocodile, and it is catcher. And we are bleeding. We can continue the symbolism. We are also bleeding. By the Maya is taking all our energy away, exhausting us. Our enthusiasm to serve Krishna, everything is being sapped by Maya. It's true. We are in this condition now. But we should offer service only to Krishna. We should pray only to Krishna. We will not pray to the Devatas. We should be determined. We will not go to the Devatas. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaridi tivrena bhakti yogena yajayata purusham param. Prabhupada says there only worship Krishna if you are intelligent. Akama, you have no desire. Sarva kama, you have all the desires. We are sarva kama. We are not akama. We have so many desires throbbing in our heart for sense gratification. Moksha kama, we want to get liberated from this world. Whatever the condition. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajayata purusham param. With full enthusiasm you should worship Krishna. Prabhupada says something very nice here. He says, in commenting on this, akama sarva kama, Prabhupada says that actually Krishna is never lazy in delivering you. It's not that you're praying, and Krishna, are yaar, utho bhai, chalo. That's not it. Krishna is very enthusiastic. And Prabhupada said that is because of his causeless mercy. He is not even waiting for your prayer. Krishna is not waiting for your prayer to deliver him. For material things, maybe because Krishna doesn't give immediately. You pray, Krishna, I want this. You don't get. Again you pray. Krishna is thinking, to give or not, he may misuse. So you may not get immediately. But spiritually, you want shelter of Krishna. Krishna is very alert to that. Very, very alert. And he is very enthusiastic in trying to deliver us. And even though he makes so many opportunities that we can come out of the crocodile of Maya, we go back, he pulls us out, but he again put a leg inside crocodile's mouth. That is the intelligence. But then Krishna does not become angry. Prabhupada says very nicely, why it does not become angry? Because it's unlimitedly merciful. Correct? Suppose you try to help somebody to become Krishna conscious, and that person, chants Hare Krishna, then you see standing outside, he's smoking cigarette. I saw somebody who had come yesterday evening, attended program, and then outside he was smoking cigarette. Okay. So now you get fed up. A useless person. But Krishna is unlimitedly merciful. Otherwise, we would not have come to Krishna consciousness. Krishna was not unlimitedly merciful. He still thinks, what can I do? What can be done to pull this person to Krishna consciousness? And that is always the thought of Krishna. Okay? So only Krishna. Nobody else deserves to be surrendered. Just like now, this is the example given by Lakshmi Devi. She is to surrender. She can surrender to so many people there. Okay? So many devatas are there. She wants protection. As a woman wants to take shelter. The Lakshmi Devi is giving example. whose shelter she should take. So then there were all the devatas, she ignored them. She saw all the Danavas, she ignored them. Then she saw all the Gandharvas, so many people, she ignored everybody. And she went to the shelter of Krishna. So she's showing us way to take shelter. And Krishna also, Bhagavad Gita says, Manmana bhav madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. You only think about me. Manmana bhav madbhakto. You become only my devotee. Only my devotee. Don't become other devotee. Madhyaji. Manmana bhav madbhakto. Always think about me. Become only my devotee. Worship only me. And only me you offer obeisances. And if you do this, I guarantee I'll take you to Krishna. Sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam raja. You give up all varieties of so-called religion and only my shelter you take. So it's very clear that Krishna is pointing out, you come only here. But it's we who are not sure and we run here and there. So it's very nicely explained here, the Lakshmi Devi's step. And what happens to all the devatas? They celebrate. They're very happy. It says in Vrindavan also, the Gopas and Gopis' only business every day is to unite Radha and Krishna. All the Gopis, all the Gopas are only thinking how every day to bring Radha Krishna together. Correct? They're only thinking that. And that's their pleasure. That's their pleasure. So similarly, that's a pleasure of any Deva. Here all the Devatas are celebrating. They're very happy. All the Devatas are very happy. Why are they very happy? That here Lakshmi Narayana has been united. That's it. And that's their pleasure. They're having great pleasure in that. And they're celebrating, they're dancing. And Lakshmi, Mother Lakshmi looks at them with blessing. And they're all blessed with good qualities because she can give everything. I was just thinking about this. Actually, all opulences belong to the Lord. But how is the Lakshmi bestowing? I was thinking just like in a house, the husband gives key to the wife only. No? Treasury is always with the wife. It's owned by the husband. But who has the keys? The wife, isn't it? In house, many times, the husband gives keys of the money to the wife. You understand? The husband purses with the wife. So, actually opulence is all the Shadeshwarya, everything belongs to Krishna. But Lakshmi is given, you want, you can distribute to whom you want. The wealth belongs to Krishna. But Lakshmi can give to whoever she wants. She has been given the power of attorney. You got it? Yeah. Lakshmipati is Krishna. All the wealth belongs to Krishna. All the knowledge belongs to Krishna. All the power belongs to Krishna. All the fame belongs to Krishna. All the knowledge belongs to Krishna. All the renunciation belongs to Krishna. Okay? Everything belongs to Krishna. It is Krishna's. But Lakshmi is wife of Krishna. So Krishna says, you distribute. You distribute. You understand? She can give. She gives wealth. Lakshmi, people go, she gives wealth. Agree? You understand? Just like husband gives key to the wife. All money is an almirah. You understand? But husband giving to wife the chabi is key. You can distribute. Just like Guru, he can distribute mercy. Actually, mercy belongs to Krishna. Samsara davana lalidaloka taranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam. Praptasya kalyana gunanavasya vande guru shi charanaravan. Guru is actually distributing Krishna's mercy. It's not his mercy. He is distributing Krishna's mercy. Like cloud is taking water from ocean and distributing. Water belongs to ocean, not to the cloud. But cloud can distribute wherever he wants. The same way, Lakshmi can distribute. She has the power of attorney. She can give to whoever she wants. Krishna said, you give. So she is therefore the bestower. But at the same time, she knows she is distributing Krishna's wealth. She knows everything belongs to Krishna, correct? She is the first personality. She is also devotee of Krishna. So when you become devotee of Krishna, she is very happy to give. Very, very happy. Tesham satade yuktanam bhajatam pritpipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te tesham evantu kampartam aham ajnana jamatamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhashata. This is all work of Lakshmi. All knowledge she is giving because you are chanting Krishna's name. Like yesterday we took the example, Rukmini, when Krishna took from Sudama's hand one time chipped rice, Rukmini allowed. When he was wanted to have second time, she stopped his hand. No second. One is enough. One time you have eaten, that is equal to thousands of births. He can have opulence now. I am bestowing him so much opulence. Because he has given you satisfaction. So now I will bestow him unlimited opulence for many, many births. So Prabhupada says that if you offer something to Krishna and Krishna takes from your hand, you cannot imagine the fortune you got. We cannot. Sudama got how much fortune because Krishna took from his hand, correct? Sometimes we see some people in this world so rich, we can't imagine so much wealth. Lakshmi's blessings are there, correct? So Lakshmi is ready to bless actually, but when you become a devotee, her blessing will be permanent. Prabhupada says the ends in this thing. The opulence of devotee in the 25th shloka, the purport, the last line of the purport, the opulence of the devotee is as permanent as the opulence of the Narayana himself. So everybody is worried, my money will go away. Everybody is worried. Money comes, goes. Money comes, it goes. Devotee, it will not go away. It will stay. There is no worry for devotee. It will not go. Lakshmi will not go. But he should continue his service to Narayana. Lakshmi will not go. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana pariyopasate tesham niktya vinuktanam yogakshema vahamiham. And those who are engaged in service, that's again Krishna is going to act through Lakshmi. I am going to give you all opulence. What you have I will maintain and I will give you more what you need to serve me. So this is the privilege of a devotee. Devotee is actually blessed by Lakshmi. He doesn't have to separately pray to Lakshmi. He just prays to Krishna. And he is happy. Prabhupada says, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanapras, Sannyas, 4 ashramas. Brahmachari, Vanapras, Sannyas. They live a very simple life. Simple living, high thinking. And the Grihasthas, they are living, high thinking. Sometimes Grihasthas are rich. They are earning money, they are rich, they have cars, but they are maintaining simple living, high thinking because they don't mind. This life is simple. Correct? Life is simple. They don't mind maintaining. But Prabhupada says things are topsy-turvy today. Number one, brahmacharis. Brahmacharis, he says, are pampered. Means youngsters today are pampered. Brahmachari means tapasa brahmacharyena yamena damena va tyagena satta shauchavyam. So this is the life of brahmachari. Very, very austere. That's the life of brahmachari. Today they are not trained in that. They are not austere at all. They are pampered. There's so much wealth they see. Brahmachari should live an austere life. Simple living, high thinking. We do not see any simple living in that. Then come Grihasthas. He says Grihasthas again are into so much sense gratification. They have no desire to maintain brahmachari, vanaprasanas. They have no desire. And then coming the sannyasis. The sannyasis should be example of austerity and purity, but they are trying to live a life more opulent than the Grihasthas. Enjoying a life more opulent than the Grihasthas. They are not living a simple life. So Prabhupada said whole thing is topsy-turvy today. Whole thing is gone. They are trying to create a home away from home. Home means opulence, comforts. The sannyasis are trying to create a home away from home. Another home. So this way Prabhupada says, today brahmachari, grihastha, sannyasi not good. Okay? It's not good. So anyway, what is missing is only Krishna. Stavara jangama deke deke netara murti sarvato hoy ishtadeva spurti. The devotee with advanced Krishna consciousness sees only Krishna. He does not see anything else. He sees, whatever he sees Krishna. Anything happens in life, he sees Krishna in control. Every angle he sees Krishna's mercy. Always seeking Krishna's mercy. This is the life of a devotee. So we should be determined. Many times people say, why you worship only Krishna? Yes, that is Swayam Roop Bhagwan. Ete chamsa kalapamsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Bhagavatam first canto, third chapter says that all are expansions of Krishna, but Swayam Bhagavan is Krishna himself. There are so many expansions, so many incarnations, but Swayam Bhagavan is Krishna himself. So a devotee is, when he is very intelligent, he worships only Krishna. He doesn't divert his attention to anything else. Yes, Krishna means it includes also everything. When you worship Krishna, everything is worship. Firstly, specifically, it includes the Narayana expansions, all the avatars of the Lord. It includes that. It includes everything. Because Krishna means there is only one thing in existence, Krishna. There is nothing else. Krishna and his energies. So when you worship Krishna, everything is worshipped together. There is no need to worship the devatas separately. When you worship Krishna, automatically everything is worshipped together. So a devotee always seeks mercy for Krishna. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is traveling town to town, he says, Krishna, Krishna, Pahi Mam, Krishna, Krishna, Raksha Mam. So always seeking protection of Krishna, always seeking Krishna to maintain him so that he can serve him. Srila Prabhupada ki.